as you can probably tell, the ending to last week's Game of Thrones episode really did shock me. I didn't expect it, and it was a bit ambiguous at the end, so I wasn't really sure what happened. But I really like the fact they started with mereen this week, the aftermath of what happened, and ultimately I'm glad that Grey Worm is still alive. His storyline is going to go on, and I wonder if he could take on a bit more of Barristan's roles in the rest of this series. But for that, I guess we'll have to wait and see. Barristan dying, while not in the books, does serve a purpose in motivating Dany, and that's exactly what it does. In this episode, she rounds up all the leaders of all the old houses and takes them to the dragons. And one of my favourite shots in the entire episode was when you just see darkness and then you see these eyes pop out and fire burns the sky. And the fact it was so sudden made me jump. It was just so incredible and so vivid, and just great to see the dragons again. And I thought it was quite cool the way they did it. But there was one shot after that where they picked up the guy they burned and just sort of tore them to pieces, and it was just like they were just crazy. It was just they were just so crazy. It was insane, and I really look forward to seeing more of the dragons in this season. Jorah and Tyrion are still trying to get to Dany, but going through Volantis, not a good idea, because in this episode they get attacked by the Stonemen. The story here has changed up quite a bit, but those two still go through Volantis and still get attacked by the Stonemen. And I thought it was quite interesting the way they did it, and as the ending goes, it doesn't look good for Jorah. We get to see Stannis have a bit of talk with Sam, which I thought was quite interesting, and Jon makes a decision that divides the Night's Watch even more than it already has. I think that's going to lead to some interesting stuff, and if you've read the books, you'll know what I mean. Sansa sees Theon for the first time, or Reek as he's better known, and those two have an interesting conversation. Ramsey brings him out and parades him around, and lots of interesting stuff happens there. They know that Stannis is coming, so they're preparing for war, so we're definitely going to see some really cool stuff happening there. Meanwhile, we get to see Brienne and Todd again briefly. They have an interesting conversation with one of the locals, and it's clear that Sansa still has friends in the north. I really like this episode. There's a lot of cool stuff happening, and I can't wait to see what happens next week. I just want to say thank you for watching this video. Why not give it a like, and why not check out some of my other Game of Thrones reviews. My name is Hayward, and I'll see you again next week.